What's going on? Hey, we talking about Ryan Garcia today. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos. Yo, so Ryan Garcia has been ordered by the WBC to face Cambell out the UK. They just fought Lomachenko and gave him some problems. In a fight that I guess is supposed to have them, and whoever the winner is ends up being the mandatory for the WBC champion and Devin Haney. And some people are saying that, hey, this is a great situation for him because he gives him a route to the title. And it kind of also is a good step up for him as well, which both are true. You know what I mean? But it's just a couple of things. I would say number one is he doesn't need a route to the title. All the titleists wants to fight him. If his team was really willing to put him in there with people, they would do it. Like Robert Garcia said something of the nature that, he can beat Tank right now. No, he can't. Tank would wipe that boy off the face of this earth. And it'll be ugly. You know what I mean? It'd be ugly. But that to the side, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need to do any interim bouts or anything like that to fight any of the champions. They're all willing to fight him. Every single one of them is willing to fight him right now. Absolutely right now. And is he going to do this fight? Is he going to do this fight to become the mandatory? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be about that's going to happen. If it does, it'll be great, though. Definitely be a fight that I'd want to watch because I think it'll be a good thing for his maturation. And it puts him into a space where he's being tested probably a little bit earlier than he should be versus that level of competition. But, it might be a 50-50 fight. Or he might just show you that, hey, I'm on a different level than these other efforts, and I really am ready for the top dudes. He might show that too in that particular fight. So I think it's a great fight for him, but it's also a fight where if he stumbles in any way, he's not going to just be battered, and shattered and maybe spoiled completely just as a fighter, damaged as a fighter. It could be, it's like kind of like the perfect bout to do that. But, let's be real. This is the same guy who just said no to the Linares fight. That was brought up. He said no. He's not going to do that fight. He was also offered a fight against Fortuna, the Cuban. They said no to that fight. Those were both good step-up fights for him. Linares been knocked out like 800 times, so he should have been good with that. But I guess they're saying what might be happening now is because of refuse those guys, Linares might be fighting Fortuna for the diamond belt, I guess, a WBC diamond belt, which I don't understand, just due to the fact that I thought Fortuna wasn't he the mandatory to the WBC? And what I was really looking forward to, believe it or not, was watching Devin Haney fight Fortuna. Because I want him to fight somebody, because if he's not fighting Fortuna, if he's not fighting Cambell, who the hell is Devin going to be fighting then? Who's he going to fight? So that's the only situation with that. So I'm really actually hoping that they end up having Devin, fight Fortuna, so I can kind of see, it's like another step up for Devin where you can see where exactly he's at by him stepping up his level of competition, because everybody that he's faced so far has been very, very subpar. And him being a champion now, we want to see some things. And Eddie Hearn, the guy he signed up with, was supposed to put him into those positions. So since that's your job, and since that's what you said you were going to be able to do, you need to get that done. But Ryan Garcia, I think Ryan Garcia is a guy who's going to be good in a couple of years. I think he needs another 2 years, another 2 to 3 years of just, he's popular. He's very popular. He's up front there. He has a lot of followers on social media. He's doing his thing when it comes, to that. But just because you're popular, that doesn't change the maturation process. It doesn't change the time frame that you need to get yourself to the space where you can deal with that certain, levels of competition. Now, certain guys can have fast maturation processes. They can and be ready to go very fast. Other guys, you need a long time. Keith Thurman needed a substantially longer time than Earl Spence did, to take on, the top level competition. Earl Spence needed a whole lot less time than Kell Brooks did. You know, if you put Kell Brooks in there earlier, it would have been a wrap for that boy. Keith Thurman too. You know, but they took their time, you know, to get them to where they needed to be. So when it comes to, you know, Ryan Garcia, I think if they're patient with him, he'll be fine. You know, next 2-3 years, he'll be able to take on top competition and fare well. You know, he might be all the way up to 140 pounds by then, but he'll be ready in like 2-3 years. He has all the tools that are available to him. You know, he has all the tools. He just needs to really learn this game. You know, master those tools. Master the things that he's capable of doing with, you know, with what he's been gifted with. You know, so is this fight going to happen? I'm thinking no. I think Golden Boy is going to turn this down, and I think they're going to end up, I don't know who they're going to have him fight, but I think it's going to be another lower tier fighter. It just makes it difficult when your kid keeps on talking though. You know, keeps talking about fighting Devin, keeps talking about fighting Gervonta. I think he just called Gervonta Tank Davis out again. And it's like, you know, at this point it's kind of comical though, just due to the fact that if you know your team's not going to put you up in there and you're not really forcing the issue, because you could, just like you say no to all these fights and you're saying I'm not going to fight these guys, he could easily say, hey, unless you got me fighting Devin or you got me fighting Tank next, I'm not fighting. You could do the same thing because you're saying I'm not fighting when it comes to not paying you. So you could do the same thing when it comes to just fighting in general and force their hand to put you up in there against them big boys. You know, you could do that, but that's not what's happening. You know what I mean? So, is this fight gonna happen? I say no. And he doesn't need it. If he wanted a title shot, like I said before, he could just go get it. But next couple of months, I guess we'll see what happens. Also, just due to the fact that, hey, and money getting kind of tight on the zone right now. You know, that $1 billion is looking kind of funny right now. But we'll see. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.